Hello, welcome to the first day of the last month for the year 2025. 1st of December, congratulations, you made it. Good morning and welcome to Front Page on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I am Solomon of FM. I'm going to be the anchor of the show temporarily until a replacement is made. So it is going to be me driving the seat of the show for the meantime. Once again, welcome to Front Page Review, the program where we analyze our newspaper, bringing you the latest what's happening from our national dailies. From Punch to Vanguard to Guardians, Daily Post, Daily Trust, The Sun, The Nations, This Day, all. So all you have to do is go to the nearest newspaper stand and pick the newspaper of your choice and read, this segment of your choice from politics to sport and business. Or, we are in information age after all, so you can pick up your smartphone, your tablet, your computer system, your laptop, and just Google national dailies in Nigeria, and of course you'll see the website for all of these newspapers, and you can just click to any of them and just get yourself informed, educated, or entertained. We're going to be having Rufai Hussaini and Professor Raymond Adegboyega analyzing it for us. So where do we start? Okay, we start from Punch. Yes, Punch. The major headlines there, the cover story: crude for loans, NNPCL battles 8.07 trillion naira outstanding debt. Let's take a look at details of that story. Let's see. The Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is burdened with crude-backed loan obligations estimated at 8.07 trillion naira, according to an analysis of its 2024 financial statement and capital commitment disclosures. The liabilities stretch across multiple forward sale and project financing arrangements that are expected to be serviced through substantial crude oil and gas deliveries. The commitment have become a major pillar of NNPCL's funding structure following years of fiscal pressure, volatile crude production, and declining upstream investment. Several of the facilities were used to refinance older debts, fund refinery rehabilitation, support cash flow, and meet government revenue obligations. One of the major exposure is tied to the Eagle export funding arrangement, although the 2024 financial statement notes that at least 1.8 million barrels must be delivered per cycle. Earlier reported by the Punch shows the facility consists of three separate loan tranche. The first of $935 million loan obtained in 2020 and backed by 30,000 barrels per day was fully repaired by September 2023. A second tranche of $635 million was also cleared within the same period. The only outstanding portion is the Project Eagle export funding subsequent to debt. $900 million facility secured in 2023 and pledged against 21,000 barrels per day. That the cover headlines, the cover story for Punch. Let's see what other stories Punch have for us. India arrests Nigerian over drug supply to 1,975 buyers. Ooh. Suspected cults kill policeman and passerby in Ogun. And sports side, Nigerian coach sells a Siemens boot. And Australia's December 10 under 16 social media ban sparks debate. Federal government has to enter talks on a 40% pay rise. Let's see what that's the response have for us. 828 million liters of petrol imported to avert a nationwide shortage, and bandits kidnap 490 in 2-week rampage. 2027, I won't settle for VP slot, says Amici. And for a quick look at the metro segment, which is my best part when it comes to Punch. India arrests. Okay, we already have that part of the major headlines. Suspected cultists kill policeman and passerby in Ogun. Lagos school alumni donate educational materials to alma mater. Lagos student accused policeman of extortion during night raid. And to the business segment, NCF partners unveil initiative to combat deforestation. Naira appreciates 1,446.74 per dollar. Capital inflows hit $20.98 billion. And to politics, Benga Daniel accuses Abiodun of intolerance. Governor's aide dismisses claim. Tinubu's nomination of ex-INEC chair as ambassador embarrassing and insensitive. That's according to ADC. And Enugu PDP inaugurates caretaker committee. ADC opens offices in Edo Central, decries insecurity and hunger. Okay, I think that's all we have for you from Punch. From Punch, let's move over to Vanguard, where let's see what the cover story is. The major headlines. Insecurity, bandits unleash terror in Kogi, Kano, Sokoto, and Kwara. Let's see what the details of that story is. A bandit in the early hours of yesterday attacked Cherubim and Seraphim Church at Ejiba in Yagba West local government area of Kogi State, abducting the pastor, his wife, and several worshippers. The attack came as bandits in a fresh attack in Kano border community, Yanka Maya village in Shayanwa local government area of Kaduna of Kano State, killed a woman and abducted 3 other women. Even as Deputy Senate President Senator Barau Jibril charged security agencies to go after the marauding bandits who have been terrorizing villages in Sayana and Shanunu local government areas of the state. The marauding bandit also on Saturday night attacked Chacho village in Werno local government area of Sokoto State and abducted a bride, bridesmaids, and several others who were preparing for a wedding the following day. This is even as the bandits who abducted Jurara of Bayagan in Ifeludun local government area of Kwara State, Alhaji Kamilu Salami, in his farm Saturday morning, have demanded 150 million naira ransom for the community before he could be freed, while 2 of the 6 directors of the Ministry of Defense kidnapped in Kogi 3 weeks ago are still in the custody of their abductors. The attack in the church on Kogi, it was learnt, occurred during service as worshippers scampered in different directions following sporadic gunshot by the bandit. Okay, that's the cover story, the major story of for Vanguard. Let's see what other headlines Vanguard have for us. Niger kidnappings, church confirms 4 children of catechists among victims. Manufacturing sector tops VAT contribution at 26.6% in H1 25. Dollar to Naira exchange rates today, December 1, 2025. Click into that and see the details of that. Federal government will soon reveal terrorism financiers. That's according to Boala. I wonder why that is taking so long, though. And the Kwara monarch and 6 others escape as vigilantes launch fierce attack on bandit. Foreign direct investment loses ground despite surge in inflow. Most of the headlines from Vanguard seems to be business related. Tinubu shouldn't seek re-election. He can't run this government. Hakim Baba Ahmed. 4 Silva's aides still detained. Media aid cries out, demands due process. Dangote refinery others cut petrol gantry price to 840 naira per litre. That all from Vanguard. And to other segments of Vanguard politics. Let's see. 2027 IBB gives Turkey tough mandate to rebuild PDP. PDP faces legal extinction by December 8 if ... That's according to Shumi. And to the metro segment of Vanguard, troops rescue 12 abducted teenage girls in Borno local government. And Delta police uncover HK torture house, rescue 7 boys, arrest 2. I think that's all we have for you from Vanguard. From Vanguard, let's go over to Guardians, where the major headlines there, the cover story is fresh abductions, killings test Tinubu security emergency, and heightened anxiety. Let's see the details of that. Fresh abductions, killings, and coordinated raids across multiple states have intensified pressure on President Bola Tinubu's security emergency. This was as lawmakers, right groups, military chiefs, and community leaders issued sharp warnings and competing demands amid mounting public anxiety over Nigeria's rapidly worsening security situation. Tinubu last week declared a nationwide security emergency following mass abductions and killings in several parts of the country rather than abate. However, new cases of assaults on innocent citizens have continued to be recorded. In Kogi State, gunmen launched another attack, abducting the pastor of a Cherubim and Seraphim church in Ijiba, Yagba West local council during Sunday worship. The assault, which threw the community into panic, saw the pastor known as Orlando, his wife, and several worshippers whisked away to an unknown destination. The exact number of victims, residents described the incident as terrifying, saying the attackers stormed the church unexpectedly, forcing many to flee for safety. That's the major headlines, top news for the Guardians. And other major headlines: Facebook, Instagram suspend Idris Abdulkarim's account after new song open letter to Donald Trump. Gunman kidnap baby, bride, bridesmaid, 11 others in Sokoto. Okay, most of the headlines I'm seeing here is what I've read before from other newspaper. Udom Emmanuel rally support for Tinubu ahead of 2027. How Nigeria can become AI hub for Africa. Nigeria to face Cote d'Ivoire, Benin Republic in Group D. That's on sport. India opens door to Nigeria's tech talent. Still on Guardians, African leaders demand judicial reforms, gender inclusion. Resident doctors suspend strike, resume duty immediately. Still on the Guardians, Ohaneze says improved security in Southeast due to Tinubu's interventions. Okay. Insecurity, forensic expert warns Nigeria against delaying US partnership. World AIDS Day, UNICEF project 1.8 million child deaths by 2040 amid funding cuts. That's all on the Guardians. Into the metro segment, Lagos to unveil new waterfront experience for 30 December, and how Enugu's business environment attracts investors. Army rescues 12 abducted teenage girls in Borno. That's from the Guardians. Rather, from Guardians, let's go over to Daily Post, where the major headlines there: young Nigerians face rising hypertension risk. That's according to Don raises alarm. Let's see what the details of that is. A consultant cardiologist, Professor Chizindu Aliko, has raised serious concern over the rising incidence of hypertension among young Nigerians, warning that high blood pressure is no longer a sickness for the old, even as even 18-year-olds are increasingly being diagnosed. Professor Aliko issued the warning during the 123rd inaugural lecture of the Rivers State University RSU on Wednesday, delivering a presentation themed the silent acting engine bearing weight of human sufferings, the battle to stay alive. Explaining the theme of his lecture, Professor Aliko, who is the Chief Medical Director of the River State University Teaching Hospital, described the heart as the silent active engine that tirelessly keep humanity alive despite enormous pressure. You can get details of that in a post from Daily Post. Rather, let's see what other headlines Daily Post have for us. To Sport AFCON 2025 uncertainty trails delay of Super Eagles provisional list, and ambassadorial nominees scrutinize each candidate thoroughly. That's according to Baba Ahmed. Baba Ahmed tells National Assembly. Let's see. Most of the other headlines here is what we've read before. Oshun 2026, that's on the politics segment. A delicate Tom clash over claims of abandoned governance. 2027, I wish Tinubu won't contest again. We've said that before. Okay, from Daily Post, let's go over to Daily Trust, where the major headlines there is practically same major headlines for other newspaper. Bandits abduct pastors, a pastor, wife, and parishioners in Kogi. 2027, is obedience movement losing steam? That's a question coming from Daily Trust. Bandits, okay, pretty much the same thing. Presidency reject calls to subcontract internal security to foreign governments. Media Trust hosts PR Nigeria Journalism Fellows. Okay, you can get details of these on a Daily Trust. From Daily Trust, let's go over to The Sun. Pretty much the insecurity story. It's the cover story there. The major headlines: terrorism took root in your watch. Presidency hit Obasanjo. Okay, this is interesting. Let's see what details of that is. In a post on his X handle at Sunday Diary, okay, let's see. A special advisor to President Bola Tinubu on media and community, Sunday Diary, has lambasted former President Olusegun Obasanjo over his recent remarks on the current administration. That the current administration was incapable of protecting Nigerians amid escalating insecurity. In a post on his X handle, the former minister dismissed Obasanjo's call for international intervention as capitulation and ignoble. Big grammar. Insisting that Nigeria confronts a sophisticated terrorist ecosystem head on under Tinubu's leadership. The exchange erupted after Obasanjo, speaking at a Christmas carol event in Jos on Friday, declared that Nigerians have had the right to seek foreign help if the government failed to curb rampant killings, kidnappings, and attacks by terrorists and bandits. Okay, that the major headlines there from the Sun. Let's see what other headlines the Sun have for us. Why Tinubu shouldn't run for president in 2027, Kim Baba Ahmed. EPL, why Ateta trust Merino over Gyökeres in big matches. That's according to Walcott. Caicedo to face 3-match ban after red card against Arsenal. 3 media houses vote Uzodinma's Man of the Year for 2025. Terrorism took root. Okay, we already have that. Okay, many other headlines here is what we've read before. I don't want to repeat. Nigerians are defecting amid insecurity. Excitement as ADC opens 5 offices in Edo Central. Okay, from the Sun, let's go over to the Nations, where the major headlines: it's now total war on terrorism. Okay, let's see. It's now total war on terrorism, bandits, and criminal elements behind the escalation of insecurity in parts of the country, the federal government said yesterday. It added that the declaration of security emergency by President Bola Tinubu has given the military the marching order to take the war to the terrorists and bandits in a major push to end the insecurity in the country. Minister of Information and National Orientation Mohammed Idris said this in Lokoja, Kogi State capital. He spoke at the 10th memorial anniversary for former Kogi State Governor Prince Abubakar Audu. Get more details from this day. Okay, let's see what other headlines these they have for us. Akume to give keynote address to at awards. Young African showcases youth potential with program. Club set to expand network and net worth at anniversary. Society unveils fund for health innovators. How to halt escalating insecurity, build nationhood by Bakari. Dangote pushes 50 million liters of petrol per day into market. Oshunpool, what is Ogumbiyi up to? Question mark. Growing insecurity politically motivated, says lawmaker. Trump and Tinubu and insecurity matters of particular concern. That all these form the nations. And from that to go over to this day, where the major headlines: the FAAC reconciliations injected 2.36 trillion naira into federation accounts in 9 months. That's business. Let's see what other headlines. Tinubu ambassadorial nominations, mayor political statement, ADC declared. Okay, I think it's pretty much what we've read before. Wike threatens to sack STDD coordinator for illegal contract variation. Akpabio hails unprecedented political units in states, elders, and those Tinubu and Eno. Atiku, Tinubu 17.5 trillion naira spent on pipeline, 12 years of fuel subsidy. Okay. I think that's all we have for you. Let's join Rufai Hussaini for our analysis. We'll be right back.
Right, a couple of stories making the rounds. So I think one of the biggest stories this weekend is the ambassadorial list amidst other stories of insecurity. So what it just means is that President Tinubu just rewarded all his political cronies and those he has not given positions. Nothing really very outstanding, very underwhelming. I mean, people like them, Fani Kayode. So the question is, where is the decorum in the system? People like them, Reno Mokri, that have known to abuse people that don't align with them. The same Reno Mokri that only about a year and a half or 3 years ago was calling Tinubu a drug lord. These are the funny things that happen in Nigeria. The videos are still there, and he was calling President Tinubu all sorts of names. Mahmoud Yakubu that cannot even tell us what transpired with INEC. Why was there a technical glitch on that day? Ipeazu, former governor's wife of Ondo, serving Senator Jimo Ibrahim, Mr. Okay, that they met 40 million in one of the apartments in Ikoyi, although the case was discontinued because they had started a court case against him, but the case was discontinued, at a point. Then you wonder that are these the same people that President Tinubu kept Nigerians waiting for over 2 years before he finally put in an ambassador? You see, every step this administration takes, start increasingly looking like a misstep. It's like one step forward and 3 steps backward. So is this the same people we waited for months before we got? Pretty much reminded me of, I think, was it Buhari that kept us waiting for about 6 months? And when he was going to pick the minister, nothing great. Waited for ambassador for over 2 years. Ambassador. Finally, we got the list. In fact, we even wish that it was even the need for it because the list of the people there are just underwhelming. Anyway, we know that the APC supporters and the supporters of government will come out and say, oh, the list is the best list ever, but it's also underwhelming. We need people that have career skills, that have probably done this job in various capacities, that have this interpersonal relationship. I mean, there are people like Joe Keshi there, but I don't know. Whatever these governments, want to do, is priority. They're the ones in government. And I quickly want to talk about the Jonathan debacle. Although the government has been trying as much as possible to say there's no big deal in the Ivorian plane bringing Jonathan back. Even Jonathan said, oh, the Ivorian plane had already picked him up before the Nigerian plane come. There's something they call national pride and optics. It will have looked better that is a Nigerian Air Force plane that brought back a former president of this country, not an Ivorian plane. If you say, okay, Ivory Coast was closer to Guinea-Bissau, once you hear that there was a coup, couldn't we have triggered the action? What did we do? Anyway, this day was reporting that there was some lackadaisical reactions and all of that. And, these things were untoward. So, that has happened. The government officials have been trying to defend it. When we tell them the truth, they think by abusing us is going to solve the problem. It is one day, one struggle. This year has just been a litany, a lot of missteps. The presidential pardon riddled with a lot of problems. We had to scream for them to change it. Finally, ambassadorial list riddled. So the question is, what's the next misstep? And we are going to see. And we can't run a government this way. It's not a good one in the long run. Insecurity is still raising its ugly head. People are still getting killed and kidnapped. Around Kogi again, there was another report of people getting kidnapped. I also hear that the president's wife, Mrs. Tinubu, is calling. The Senate president was reading out a letter that Mrs. Tinubu is saying, "Oh, senators come and eat." Hope she will also invite those that have been kidnapped. The couple that has been kidnapped in Edo, Venerable Archie's wife, and other people that have been kidnapped. The people that are still being kidnapped in Niger. Hope they are going to be able to invite them to that dinner too by the president's wife. so that we'll be able to empathize with them at a very sorry time like this in their lives. So, I mean, I just hope things will pan out well for our country. We'll keep saying these things, we'll keep saying these things, and he who has ears, let them hear. The world is watching, but this ambassadorial list is another very big stretch and a misstep, miscalculation, misalignment, misdirection, miss everything. The list of people there. It's just another job for the political boys and all of that. That's what Nigeria has become.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. There's so much to talk about today. All right, so quickly, there are a couple of stories making the rounds, and there's been a lot of reaction to the uh, making of some people ambassadors in the country. In fact, Reno Mokri did thank President Tinubu and called him Christ-like. The same President Tinubu that Reno Mokri mocks that was a drunk baron the other time. He's now calling Christ-like, and he thanked him for all that he did for him, giving him the position. Although the ADC too has also said that it's not right to be able to use political jobbers, for ambassadorial position and the like. These are some conversations happening back and forth.
Yeah, I bring back to you a few important stories that made it to the news.
Uh, it leaves really much to be desired. At some point, the EFCC said they are looking for Timothy Silva over Brass Petrochemical. But there's also another story making the rounds about siege being laid at his home in Abuja. This government has not come out to neither confirm nor deny or corroborate the issue of the coup. So one would like to know what is really going on. When will the government come out and tell us their own side? Because since this story of talks about coup or no coup broke in the papers, we have not heard the side of the government, and it's just only incumbent on us to be able to hear all sides of this story and get to brass task. Uh, Gunmen attack another Kogi church, abduct pastors and wife during service. This is another sad and cautionary tale for us. Gunmen have kidnapped a church, have attacked a church in Kogi, kidnapping the pastor and congregants. The incident occurred at the newly established Cherubim and Seraphim Church in Ejiba, in Yagba West local government area of the state. It was a very sad occurrence. The community was said to have been thrown into confusion as the attackers stormed the worship center, prompting residents to flee in search of safety. Commissioner for Information Kingsley Fanwu has confirmed this. He said it's very sad and unfortunate and assured residents that all will be done to bring them back. I mean, this just further shows the state of insecurity in our country, the sad reality that bedevils all of us. Tinubu has directed us to rebuild national security architecture. So says the Minister of Defense that was nowhere to be found, that was away abroad when the kidnapping in Kogi, in what's it called, in Kwara happened. He was so nowhere to be found that the president now ordered that his deputy, Matawali, should lead it. So he's the one that is saying that they say they should build, President Tinubu has directed to build security architecture now. So you can see the level of hypocrisy that goes on in our country and how much we don't tell ourselves the truth when we ought to do that. Anyway, may God lead us aright if we are ready to do things right. It's very sad. Resident doctors have suspended nationwide strike after signing a memorandum of understanding with government. I mean, this is some cheering news. So they suspended the strike on November 1. They announced that the association has commenced a total indefinite strike. The doctors were demanding fair remuneration, payment of salaries, improved working conditions. In a post shared on his ex handle, Suleiman uh, confirmed the suspension of the strike. The National Executive of National Association of Resident Doctors have resolved to suspend the ongoing strike. This was what he wrote. He said the suspension follows a series of conciliatory meetings and the federal government and the signing of the memorandum of understanding that details the state of 19-point demand of the association. NARD listed outstanding issues to include promotion arrears, noting that compilation has not been completed by chief medical directors or medical directors, as it were. So, I mean, this is a good one that the strike has been suspended. But the question is, why are we even having strikes with the poor condition of doctors in the first place? That's the state of play of our country. Tinubu is robbing Peter to pay Paul. Atiku blast the president. Uh, 17.5 trillion pipeline security spending. So they've accused of President Tinubu of a most brazen financial scandal in Nigeria history, following the reports that NNPC spent 17.5 trillion in just 1 year on pipeline and energy security. In a statement issued by Atiku Abubakar, the candidate said the figure represented almost the same amount Nigeria spent on fuel subsidy over a 12-year period. For clarity, Nigeria spent roughly 18 trillion on fuel subsidy over a 12-year period, a national program that directly cushion millions of Nigerians and to stabilize the effects of transportation. Yet, under President Tinubu, the country has now expended nearly the same amount under this opaque pipeline, scarcity contracts. He likened the expenditure to robbing Peter to pay Paul, because you see, Atiku is quite correct in the sense that when you look at it, when you remove subsidy, they said they are going to be spending the money on the citizens. Have you felt the money? No. That's just it. Have you felt the money? No. So it's a very sad one. All the infrastructure that they said they were going to do, none of it has been done. So it's just a very sad ordeal. And it's a sad reflection of the kind of nation we are in. The coordinator of the Home for Needy Foundation has raised alarm over the plight of IDPs studying at Western Niger Delta University Ogara, saying that many of them have been barred from sitting for their final exam and be prevented from graduating alongside their colleagues. He revealed this even after Monday Okpebolo's daughter and the Edo State Commissioner of Intervention intervened and personally paid the fee of one of the affected students. The student will still be unable to graduate because his name has allegedly been removed from the graduating lists. It's a very sad one. We just hope that these IDP students are able to graduate. They appeal to Governor Okpebolo to personally visit the camp and address the challenges facing the families. The camp coordinator pointed out that former Governor Shomole had built the school within the camp and produced the graduates within more than 100 currently studying at the University of Benin. So we hope that the governor goes there to do something about it. Many other stories making the rounds. Osun SSG Moshood Adeoti dumps a regular political group, and he's also pitching his tent somewhere else politically. Akpabio seek reversal of judgment on Senator Akpoti Odoaga. Their case is still on. He approached the Federal High Court Division seeking appeal of the reversal of the Binta Nyako Federal High Court case. Justice Nyako had in a judgment ordered the Senate to recall the suspended Natasha Akpoti. The court found her guilty of contempt of court and subsequently fined her a sum of 5 million naira and also ordered the Kogi State Governor Senator to apologize. The court heard and reserved judgment in the appeal and cross-filed by Senator Akpoti and Senate President over the lower court decision. So Natasha and this Senator Akpabio's case, Senator Natasha Akpoti and Senator Akpabio's case still continues, for a while unabatedly, and these are the These are the political gladiators amidst the insecurity. Arrest Ganduje over alleged attempt to create 1,200 militia group, 12,000 militia group in Kano. That's what the Kano state government is saying. There's been a lot of political back and forth anyway between Ganduje and the current government in Kano state. And the Kano state government, rising from its 34th executive council meeting, has called for the immediate arrest over Ganduje over alleged inciting statements and an alleged attempt to create an militia group in the state. That's what the Commissioner of Information and Internal Affairs, Ibrahim Wahia, he made the call on behalf of the government while addressing New But Ganduje has described it as baseless and a clear reflection of incompetence. So that is also a very political case. They've also called Malami to come and talk about the Abacha loot. In fact, EFCC have seized the passport of Malami. They've seized his national passport. That's the ex-Attorney General of the Federation. A credible source in the EFCC said that the seizure was part of the investigation into the whereabouts of the alleged $490 million Abacha loot secured through a mutual legal assistance request. The source said Malami was barred from leaving Nigeria for the next month. And according to the source, one of the conditions for his release was that he should daily report to the EFCC. The former minister, may not travel out of the country except without mutual agreement with the EFCC or an high court. So these are plenty back and forths happening. Plenty back and forth happening as regards the state of play of the economy and Nigeria as a whole and the political state of play. Anyway, some have said it's because Malami has gone to the ADC and all of that. That's why this is happening. Let's just wait and see how all of this pans out.
That was Rufai Oseni. Joining me to further analyze our newspaper is Professor of Accounting, Banking and Finance, British American University, Florida, USA, talking about Raymond Adegboyega. Professor Adegboyega, thank you very much for joining us on Front Page.
Good morning. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Very fine, thank you. So, the major headlines across the board is the bandits attack in Kogi, Kano and Sokoto state. Well, it looks like the insecurity is getting from bad to worse. I mean, at this stage, you're beginning to sound like a broken record, but that's how best we can describe this insecurity situation in the country. What's your take, sir?
Thank you so much. In the first instance, you're not getting from bad to worse. It's getting to a state of no return. That care is not taken. These people will dominate Nigerian government, and there's nothing we can do about that unless we have been saying it several times that the government should act fast. It's a pity that we find ourselves in this situation. This is now becoming an ugly situation that needs to be properly addressed. This is not a situation where the president will be telling the Minister of Defense to go to so place. How many places he wants to go now? That you have to be, they are just telling, they are just lying to us. They are not doing anything. They just keep quiet. They are only particular about 2027. So, but the issue now is, I read something when Obasanjo said that we have the military capacity and everything that we can actually reduce or keep this thing to manage in Nigeria as that to the insurgency. But it's a pity when he was there, what did he do? And at the same time, if there's a solution, tell us the solution. But it's now saying that if you cannot find an internal solution, that we are going to call for external rescue. But these are not the issue we are talking about. And I read one from a newspaper again about one of the archbishops now saying that Nigeria is bleeding in terms of insecurity. And it's true. Look at the way what is happening in other parts of the country now, that they are now moving fast and fast. And the federal government is not doing anything to me. That they are not doing anything. If they are doing so many things, these people will not have a field day and then be moving from one place to the other. It is time for the federal government of Nigeria to find a lasting solution to this thing, rather than we are just trying to take in a kind of as if there's nothing happening in Nigeria. People are dying every day as regard to this new security. There must be a way out. And then you have to realize again, I read also about someone from the World Department, United States of America, that they knew what is happening in Nigeria right from 20 years ago, and they are watching. And I want to tell Nigerians, this issue that America will never tell you the time they are coming. Anytime they come, it will be a kind of something that you didn't expect, an expectation. That's where they move. They don't. All these things they are just telling us is just to put us to actually address our internal crisis. The one thing that I know that we need to do in this country is the federal government to be sincere. When you talk about this sincerity should come by the way they actually try to address this thing and try to nip this thing on the head as at now, before it get to a state that there will be a kind of rampage within the country, because nobody is safe in this country. No property is safe. We are actually in a dilemma, and which I believe that the federal government should take necessary action. They are not doing anything as far as I'm concerned, the way I see things go on in Nigeria. That's my perception.
And then the federal government probably, trying to react to pressure. I've said that they will bring out the list and persecute the terrorism financiers, and one may begin to wonder what is keeping them so long, what is taking so long for them to start working on that list that was brought out 3-4 years ago.
Yeah, Mr. Solomon, it's not 3-4 years ago. I'm telling you, I'm a political student of Nigerian politics. It's not 10 years. We had it done with the Obasanjo, done with the Jonathan, done with all of them era, that they know the people financing this thing and they have been talking about. Let me tell you something today. Like what they have been saying from the United States of America, that Nigerian government.
Your account is too low for this call.
If you're just tuning in, this is Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. We do sincerely apologize for that. Let's continue with Professor Raymond Adegboyega. Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me continue with what I'm saying.
Okay.
You see, like I've said before, he will continue to take them more time, and it's a kind of face-off. It's a kind of deceit. It's a kind of just covering up their atrocities. They know the people right from the Obasanjo era to today. With all the government that is past government, they know the people involved. They know the financial. They know everything about. But the problem is that they can never bring any list out because they themselves are part and parcel of these problems. But when we want to face that, and the moment they know that they mention some few names, those ones will mention their names. So as a Nigerian, we know we should not be believing this kind of statement is uncalled for. What we need now is for them, whether they want to tell us, it's better they tell us, and they are not ready to tell, they should actually try to find solution to all these issues that is actually going on. Because that's the way I see it.
Now, the special advisor to President Bola Tinubu, Sunday Dare, has lambasted former President Olusegun Obasanjo over his recent comment that the current administration was incapable of protecting Nigerians amid the escalating insecurity. Dare has responded saying that terrorism took root under President Obasanjo's watch. What's your reaction to that?
Yes, thank you. If I tell you all these people that are actually working with our president, whether in the president or the party, they are circumventing. We never face reality. I agree with on one hand that Obasanjo is part and parcel of this because he started on its own. That's why I made mention of that. But at the same time, if Obasanjo has done his own and he has left and he has never addressed that issue, we are talking about the present government. That's why we voted that Bola Tinubu to actually address the past mistakes. And if it's not ready to address the past mistake, what has he done? Can you tell me? So the issue of a special advisor advising me and talking against Obama is not what we need. What we want to hear from all these people in government now is to tell us that this is what they are doing, and we see it physically that they are addressing the issue. We don't want to hear any statement from anybody again. We are tired of this thing in Nigeria. So all these things they are saying is politics. They are just using Nigerian life and property to play politics. I won't support that kind of statement. What we want now is to tell us the reality on ground, how far they have gone and what they are doing. Now, that's me.
One of the story across board is the nominees for the ambassadorial nominees with some surprising names on that list. What do you think of it?
And let me tell you what to do. I've said it times with that number. You can never, presently and in the past, we have not been having the right people in government. You consider that all these people, they are mentioning their names, they are just recycling the names of people that have done one bad thing or the other in Nigeria.
I mean, some of these people are not career diplomats, they are politicians.
They are politicians. That's why you can never see Nigerians with good governance. Because when you are continuing using politicians, you are not using the career of people, you are not using people that have the knowledge and the intellectual capacity. Everything is not by PhD, it's not by MS, but we have some people that actually vast in good administration. That's why we have this problem today. If the leader, even the president, all of them, they are fast in good administration, we won't do this problem. When American president sneaks, the whole world shaking. Because of one thing that they know that capability is there and capacity is there. But if you continue to see ugliness, even when you are talking about the people, these governors, all of them, most of them are not supposed to be councillors, and they are now governors, they are now ministers, and so on and so on. That's why you see fabricated racketing, forgery, everything there. Nigeria has never get it right, and I don't think we are on the right path now. So you continue to see a kind of such names because they are the same set of people who are ready to play game. If you are not ready to play game, they will not include your name. We have, I've said it times with that number, we have talented people in Nigeria. We have resourceful people in Nigeria. We have people that can actually manage Nigeria with, and that's why I'm saying that we are no more police of Africa. We are not giants of Africa. I don't know. We need to find solutions to this thing. So you don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
Now, finally, 4 Silva's aides still detained that the media aide to Silva cried out demanding due process. The federal government have come out to say that. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
You mentioned something. I said, can I know the person? Hello, that person detained.
Yeah, the some of Timipre Silva's aid are still in detention since after military agencies raided his home. That the media aid of Timipre Silva has cried out that these people have not been given due process. I mean, the federal government has come out to say that there was no coup. So what we expected to ask, what is this detention about?
Yeah, that's why I'm saying we can never get it right. Because the government is not sincere. You say there's no coup. Why are you arresting? Even if there's no coup, go arrest. Why are you arresting? You can see the conflicting statement coming from the same government. You say there was no coup and you are arresting people. For what? Even when you are arrested, let's say you are arrested, why can't you fast track the investigation and then let the whole Nigeria know what is happening? You can also see that we are not sincere in this country. We have been having conflicting statements, and you can never get it right with this type of politics. The dirty politics, the selfishness politics, it's ethnicity politics. I'm saying it openly. I'm a Yoruba man, and I will continue to say the right thing until we find ourselves in the right position. Nigeria is not getting it right. We need to find a solution to all these problems. That's my perception.
Okay, Professor Raymond Adigboyega, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to you.
You're welcome, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. That's Raymond Adigboyega, Professor of Accounting, Banking and Finance, British American University, Florida, USA. Time for us to go for a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
This December, something glorious is happening. It's time to lift our voices, our hearts, and our hands because hope is alive again. Join Christian Pentecostal Mission International for our annual National Thanksgiving Service. Theme, Thanksgiving of Hope. Date, Sunday, December 7th, 2025. Time, 8 a.m. prompt. Venue, Believers Cathedral, 10/12, Latif Salami Street, off Muritala Muhammad International Airport Road, Ajao Estate, Lagos. It's going to be a day of joy, music, and divine encounter. Ministering Reverend Dr. Mercy Ezekiel, General Overseer, and a powerful worship experience with Minister Sinach. Don't just hear about it. Be there. Come with your praise, your gratitude, and your testimony because this year, hope will dance again. CPM. Jesus Christ is Lord.
Well done, no, my original people. How on a day, my prayer be say we go make am. So far we no be lazy. Na Kudos Homes Limited.
Customer, welcome. What you want buy?
I wan buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get am. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
don't worry. I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nipo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J na you Pico.
You're welcome back. If you're just tuning in, this is Front Page Review on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. It is time for us to open the phone lines for you to make your contributions. 0700-903-903-903. Again, 0700-903-903-903 or 003-692-9933. Again, 0803-692-9933. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp, and the WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. Now, please note, I may not have time to pick all your calls or read all your messages, but we'll be right back at 10:30 at the other side of this show, and of course, I'll have all the time to read all your messages and pick your calls. So just keep the messages coming in, even after we're done by 8:30. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to Front Page. Hello, where you're calling from, please.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Shola, and I'm calling from Okwebi this morning.
Okay, Shola from Okwebi.
Okay, yes, now, the hot news, the selection of the ambassador.
Yeah.
Let me take on that. You know, each and every day, day by day, for me, I just get the confirmation the more that this country, I don't want to use the word spirit, but let me just rephrase it in this way. You know, it more and more people that lack integrity are being drafted into government. You understand? They are being drafted into government. There's a saying that best of the feather flock together. Now look at all our key government functionaries, even right from the president. All of them are carrying packages of, you know, various misdoings. You understand? So now look at if somebody look at somebody like these are people that have criticized this same president before, and that is what this people are doing. I'm talking about Tinubu. You know, he operates in a mafia way. He brings his enemies close, and what he operates is a government of compensation. Now, if this is how we think Nigeria will get better, or that Nigeria will recover its lost glory, we are lying. Why am I saying this? If in the right number of people, as Nigeria,
you have to round up now.
Yes, 200 million people. If good people keep quiet and bad people, immoral people are holding sway, please, how are we going to move forward? Okay. So it's not about rhetoric. We need action now. Action to salvage this country. Thank you.
Thank you. Please, 1 minute each, so everyone will talk. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from, please.
We are just receiving our test.
Hello, your name? Can you hear me?
Bamidele Akibola is my name from Mushin.
Okay, go ahead. Talk to us.
Almost everybody in this area, that is in Nigeria, Tinubu could never have done anything. Could never have proved anything. Nobody would have even voted him in at all. We are deceiving ourselves. The right time now, good thing now for us is to just separate ourselves. We are deceiving. If we don't separate, we are in problem. Let's go a different way. Simple.
Okay, thank you. You can also call or text us via WhatsApp, and the WhatsApp line is 081-717-56338. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP. Tell us where you're calling from.
Mamu of the First State.
Okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I want to talk about this kidnapping. It's coming so much that everybody is now crying, and some of us are keeping quiet. And we don't know that when we are keeping quiet, the government is not doing much. As we are analyzing those people's own, those they kidnap, those are dying kidnapped. Any moment from
we're losing you. Well, okay.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. Tell us in where you're calling from.
Yeah, this is that from I'm calling from AJ.
Okay, go ahead.
Please, my brother, you can see the truth now. It's coming out. For those who said there is no genocide in Nigeria, there is no Christian genocide. They can see it now clearly. It's happening for the past how many days now or weeks now. All the kidnapping, all the killing has been on Christians. For them who sit in their comfort home to open their gutter mouth to say there is no genocide in Nigeria, they can see it clearly now. Can they tell me how many mosques have they invaded? How many imams have they kidnapped? I mean, how many Muslims have they taken in adoption? It is all about Christians and Christians and Christians, pastors, reverend fathers, killing their children, killing their wives and killing their children and their husbands. So, see, and the president, because he's a Muslim, and the vice is a Muslim, they just throw their hands, they do nothing.
Okay.
Thank you. They just do nothing about it.
Thank you. Good morning. ADC advises from INEC Chairman Yakubu Mahmoud to reject the ambassadorial list by Tinubu, and it is to tell that he is card-carrying member of APC. And I want to tell you, if Tinubu has the opportunity to nominate Satan, then he will do so. Leo from Lagos. Hello.
Hello. Solomon.
Yes, so welcome to VOP. Tell us your name. Good morning.
My name is Obina calling from it.
Okay, Obina, go ahead.
Solomon, the country is not working. Your analysts have said it all. The country, things have fallen apart. Nothing is going on. The world is watching us. Solomon, this country is going down the drain. We are finished. This country is not working. The only thing now remains is to sit down and discuss, can we be one? If not, let us go our separate ways. This country, if Tinubu gain access entering 2027, that's the end of this country. Thank you.
Thank you. It is quite shameful that Nigeria is a cold giant of Africa and just mere libs. I wonder how our political leaders will still be ruling like ancient days, despite the level of exposure and enlightenment they have, having been traveled far and near. By now, why should police still be protecting VIPs in the country when in advanced countries private bodyguards are engaged to carry out such functions? Furthermore, the only time Nigeria can begin to move forward is when government gives attractive pay and special packages to security agencies, that is the police, military, DSS, civil defense, and even others in that line. Also, people working in the medical line, which includes doctors, nurses, and every others in the field. Finally, the people in the educational field, like the lecturers and teachers from primary to tertiary institutions, should be given special consideration. Believe me, Nigeria will be reshaped into a better country. Olorun Agba, wow. God bless Nigeria. Timitokwe Onotai from Ijagamo community. Thank you very much. Hello.
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Solomon.
Good morning. Tell us the name. Where are you calling from?
Yeah, this is Boyes. I'm calling from Afromedia.
Okay, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, my brother, do you see how this, can you see that this country is just derailing, drifting, seriously? How can we just sit down and watch this APC government? Mr. President, we are watching him. Look at the kind of nominations he's making ambassadorial nomination. Can you see the names? People of questionable character, and this man finds them fit to go and represent us. I mean, people should speak up. Things are getting out of hand. Things are really getting out of hand, and nobody is speaking. These people are just after 2027. And look at the kind of look at Mahmoud Yakub, for instance. My brother, things are drifting. Things are getting out of hand. Honestly, something should be done immediately. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Happy New Month, everyone in the studio. On Tinubu's ambassadorial list, I join other well-meaning Nigerians to appeal the Nigerian Senate not to approve the nomination of Reno Mokri, Femi Fani Kayode, Ayodele Oke, and Professor Mahmoud Yakubu as Nigeria's ambassador. Approving them will further dent the already battered image and reputation of Nigeria internationally. On Bishop Kuka, if killing 10 genocide, please tell me what genocide means to you and what the intent could be. Pascal Chimizi from Ikeja. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name, where you're calling from.
My name is Friend Jerry Amaoku.
Okay.
I'm calling from Airport Road.
Okay, go ahead.
I want to speak about the nomination of Ambassador Lee.
Okay.
In the first place, I would have loved the country where Fani Kayode, Omokri, and most of all these people outside in Nigeria, the country they are being posted to reject them outrightly. And that of Tulumbu, everybody knows that Tulumbu cannot do it, but he just fought himself. We have seen what they have been clamoring for. He wants to be president of Nigeria. See how he has taken Nigeria to. How I wish that those people that normally come out during election day to carry arms to unleash people, they can see what is doing now. So many families don't feed them out. So many children don't go to school. It's only the children of the politicians that eat 3 square meals a day.
Okay, thank
you. Other people and please, can you permit me just
one minute for everyone.
Okay, okay, no problem, no problem. But this man should be shaped.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. Mazi Uchuku from Isherion Shu. Happy new month, my people in VOP FM. Since the insecurity is increasing on daily basis, government should start hunting their sponsors instead of negotiating with them. Trump should come early before it's late. Hello.
Yeah.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Mr. Camillus is calling from us.
Okay, can you move away from the radio TV set, please? We're getting the whole back. Move away or switch it off totally. Your radio TV set, switch it off. Okay.
It's no longer news now. We have seen it. Everybody, if you do, my father used to say that if you know that he know his child who he sent an errand, there is no magic government of Nigeria can do today. We have already known them. We made a mistake choosing them because you people said that we are the ones who choose them. That law, whether it is right, because nobody chooses them anyway. This will continue whether we like it or not. There is no magic they can do. You cannot give out what you don't have.
Okay, sir.
The people who are leading us are wayward. Let me call them like that. You don't have to be afraid, like the GOP is always saying that the views are not. Everybody knows that the views are not yours. Okay. So the truth is that we are being led by these criminals.
Thank you. Good morning, VOP family, and happy new month. I ask Nigerian government of all level, when is Nigeria going to be free from living in fear, to be killed by bandits, Boko Haram, and the terrorists? When will our children be happy going to school again as it used to be? Dangote should not tell us the millions of liters his refinery is ready to supply daily. He should reduce pump price to 500 naira or below. I can't see any reason why Dangote is selling pump price above 500 naira since his petrol is locally refined. Benjamin from Shogun led. Operation locked down the market again. Tunde. Okay. Hello.
My brother, good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP. Tell us the name, where you're calling from.
Yeah, Chris from Ogun State.
Okay, Chris, go ahead, sir.
My brother, you are doing your best to make sure
you protect the people that controls radio by not allowing people to express their feelings the way they want. I understand where you are going. But at times you allow us to tell you real what is happening. Because you people inside that place don't know what is happening. Nigeria is finished. They are killing people every day. Not the human being then they kill. Not human being then they kill. And you tell us not to do this, not to do that. In fact, I'm short of words, okay? I'm short of words. We are tired.
I know how you feel.
All the policies that they are making, no one is reflecting in the system. No one.
Thank you.
I don't know what to do again, no, my brother.
Thank you very much. Okay. Beautiful morning to you all in the studio. Happy new month. Don't seek a re-election. Babak Metu Tinubu. That is a very good advice from Dati. But will Master Strategies accept that if the family of Mr. President loves their father, they should tell him not to further disgrace himself by seeking a re-election, because the Tinubu have brought so much shame to the entire nation. Please, what is Tinubu going to tell Nigerians in 2027? I really appreciate Mr. Peter Obi, the way he spoke to ECOWAS. ECOWAS is part of Africa's problems, just like the peace committee we have in Nigeria led by Reverend Father Kuka, and can't make any strong statement concerning what he witnessed in 2023 general election. Mayor from Ikoturigbe. Thank you very much, Mayor. Hello.
Hello, good morning, Mr. Solomon.
Good morning. Welcome to VOP. Tell us in a way.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for asking.
Yeah, my name is Mike. I'm calling from the Stone area of Lagos.
Okay, Mike. Go ahead.
Calling Nigeria a disgraced nation, so in short, is a kind of promoting them, because I began to wonder if this our president know the role of ambassador. Ambassadors are image makers of this country. I began to wonder how he can appoint someone like a mockery. Social media knew what he is. Look at Femi Fanikayode. Just look at this man. You see, one thing I love about Obasanjo is this. When Obasanjo was the president, so he went beyond his political party. He went beyond his kinsmen. He went beyond people that loved him, and sorted for people like Ejo Presley, and so on and so forth, to make sure he do. And Nigerian foreign debt was completely written off. Now, this man here calling himself president, the moment you criticize P2B, or the moment you criticize the opposition people, you become his best friend. How can we move forward? Calling Nigeria disgrace is just a promotion. Nigeria is no country again. This man will have finished this country completely. I call him peace. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Greetings to you, brother. It's a beautiful Monday morning. Let's go and make the money. Prince Houtek from Marina Market. Bandit attacking and abducting is getting out of hands. It's better we invite United States to come to our rescue, or is it when all Nigerians die that APC will know that they have failed? APC brought bandit against Goodluck Jonathan, but Jonathan, being a wise man, said his political ambition don't worth blood of any Nigeria. These people in power right now can dare say the same. It's quite unfortunate that we find ourselves in this quagmire. Prince Houtek from Marina Market. Thank you very much, Prince Houtek. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome to VOP.
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Morning.
I'm calling for, my name is Nicholas, calling from Murile.
Okay, Nicholas, go ahead, sir.
Yes, I want to advise the wife of the president that he should talk to her husband, because she is a Christian. The husband is not a Christian. She knows what the Bible talks about leadership. That those leadership are put there by God. And that they are responsible.
Well, the Quran also talks about that too, actually.
So we should advise him that he should do the needful. God put them there to administer justice and judgment for the law offenders. Those who are killing people in this nation and not doing anything, God will hold him accountable. We should look at the history of men and women, kings who have ruled the world, like Pharaoh. What happened to them? There's no praise God's will, like Nebuchadnezzar, like Belshazzar, the grandson of Nebuchadnezzar, like Herod. What happened to them? They have no position to administer justice and judgment by the state.
Okay.
So, they get to advise the husband that he should do the needful. God will put him away from that place.
Thank you.
That's what I want to say. Thank you.
Good morning, VOP. Steve Ikelu from Maryland. It's obvious the Christians have lost the once fiery Bishop Hassan Kuka to APC. He's posturing on the killings in the land is becoming unbecoming of a high-ranking bishop. Ben Chris, an ambassador, wonders will never stop. In any case, he has been compensated for abusing Peter Obi daily. God, how did we get here? Stevie Kelly from Maryland. Thank you very much. Good morning, Solomon. As long as this government refuses to make political statements, insecurities will multiply and continue to stare us in the face. They say, show me your friend and I'll tell you the type of person you are. That was the case of ambassadorial appointments like Bigots like. We are not surprised. Chude from Ayetoro. We give God of heaven and earth thanks and all the glory to for stirring us for starting with us from January to December 2025. He will also cross us to 2028 in Jesus' name. Happy New Month. Amen. Thank you very much. Okay, it's time for us to go. We'll be right back by 10:30 for the other half of the show. So keep your messages coming. Let me read the WhatsApp line. Just keep the messages coming. When I come back by 10:30, obviously I will read those messages. Then I'll have all the time to read your messages and I'll pick your calls, and you can speak for 2 minutes if you want. 081-717-56338. Again, 081-717-56338. That's our WhatsApp line. I'll read it one more time. 081-717-56338. I'll be right back at the other side of this show. It's Front Page on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. I am Solomon of FM.